So this is a little activity you can use to practice your letter sounds at home. You need something to work as a target. I'm using a baking tray, a little muffin tray, but you can use an egg carton either if you don't happen to have a muffin tray. I prefer the baking trays because you can use paper, which you can easily replace then to change the activity. I'll show you that in a little while, but either will work. You can use cups as well, where you put pieces of paper at the bottom of empty plastic cups to work as targets too. To throw into the target, you can use little poms, you can use a little bit of Play-Doh, you can use a crumpled up piece of paper, anything at all that once they throw it in, it just works as a little ball really. So on their turn, the child throws it, they tell you what sound it is, and they give you a word. So depending on how confident they are, they might try and sound it out and write it, or you might write it for them. In this case, let's say they say pet. So help them to stretch the word pet, stretching it out really slowly, not saying each sound by itself. So it's blending it together, stretch each sound instead. So pet. You can hear each of the sounds. If it's your kid who's doing the writing, doesn't matter if the spelling is correct. They're just listening for what sounds they can hear. You praise their attempt even if it's wrong. For example, if they threw it in here, and if they were writing the word teddy, and to them it might sound like teddy. Absolutely fine. They know exactly what they're doing there, and you praise them for being able to hear those sounds. Repeat that activity until you have a list of words, and in a moment I'll show you what to do next. So now let's pretend you've done that a few times. Your child has come up with a few different words for those sounds. And again, maybe you've written them or maybe the child has written them. It doesn't matter either way. Then for this activity, then you have all the words that you guys came up with chopped up and you have them in your hand now. These are going to be the words you're using for the next activity. It helps to use words that they've come up with themselves. It makes the activity more meaningful for them. So this is why games like this are so good for them. You have the words in your hand. Child can't see these. They have the tray in front of them instead. You're going to read out one of the words that you guys came up with together, and they have to bang in the right hole. So for example, the word you can see is table. So very slowly you'd say, what sound is at the start of the word table? Depending on how confident they are, you might need to really stress the starting sound, but play it by ear, whatever your child can do. So at the start of the word table, they have a spoon and they literally have to bang, 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 bang in the one that's right. And then if they're right, you give them the word, they put the word into that hole. Then you go, what's the next one? Pot. So you'd say to them, what's the sound at the start of the word pot? Pot. And again, they have to take the spoon, they have to find the right sound. They'll like this because it makes an awful lot of noise. Put the word in and keep going until either all of them are full or your child has gotten a bit annoyed with it. Another little activity you can do using all the same things is the sorting activity. Again, using the same words as you guys came up with together and using the circles that you took out of the baking tray. This is why I like these, because you can use the little bits of paper a few different times. Line them all up, get your child to tell you what they are, and then you're going to sort the words. You can take it in turns to do it, or you can let your child do it. It's completely up to you guys. So again, get your child to sound out the word. Pot. What sound can you hear at the start of that word? And they put it in the right place. And then you end up with a big, nice, long list underneath all of the different sounds. You can repeat that game again another day, or you can choose different sounds depending on what suits you.